What's going on? This is TJ from Blackfoot Mechanical, and this is another one of my videos about what I keep on my work truck. We're going to go through what I keep in those decked storage drawers that are in the back of my work truck. So we're actually going to start with what goes in the right-hand drawer, the passenger side drawer. So we're going to start over here at the right and just work our way to the left and go through everything I keep in that particular drawer. And then we'll go to the left drawer. So the first thing is those batteries don't stay in the drawer. Those stay at my charging station on the passenger side of the vehicle in the cabinet. I'll do a video on that whole side of the rig later. It's kind of a little area in its own, so I'm going to give it its own video. So to start with, we have the Porta Power. So this is a very used and beat up, but still very functional inner pack Porta Pack. Pumps up to 10,000 pounds. And I have a number of cylinders that I'll put on the end of it depending on what I'm doing, whether I'm trying to just preload feed or jack something up or move an engine or a compressor or a motor to do an alignment. But I have the pancake cylinder and then two of the 2-inch diameter cylinders there for whatever I need. I just use the quick disconnect on the end of that. And then I have hydraulic power to do whatever I want to do. I also keep a bottle jack for the same reason. If I need to move something up or down, or if I'm spreading the crankcase sides apart to put in cross ties or whatever I need to, I got the bottle jack and the Porta Pack to help me out. And then I got tubing benders from 1/4 up to 1/2 inch. So do a lot of work with tubing, whether it be vent lines, oil lines, drain lines, any kind of instrumentation, sensing lines, air lines. Everything we do is stainless steel tubing with compression fittings, whether it be Parker, Swedge lock, any of those. That's what we do a lot of. So I got all my tubing benders for that purpose, to run tubing lines, to make connections, to do all that kind of stuff. These are a compressor specific tool. These are pin wrenches. So they're basically used to tighten and loosen the nuts that hold piston rods on. So the nuts have holes drilled in them. You put that pin there, right there, in the piston, and you smack it with a hammer to loosen or tighten it. And that leads us to the hammers. So I got a big dead blow right there. And for size reference, this is a 10-pound sledge. My favorite is my Blue Point. That's pretty much my go-to. Then I got a number of smaller sledgehammers, ball peen hammer, a smaller dead blow, and then the brass hammer when I'm trying to just smack stuff that I don't want to deform or mess up. The brass hammer comes in handy big time. Then I have a strap wrench for turning shafts, couplings, oil filters. I do a lot of work with big oil filters and other kind of filter housing, so the strap wrench comes in handy big time. Got the gear wrench, extendable indexing pry bars, the large one and the, I guess you can call it the medium one, because they do have a set of smaller ones there. And then I got all my pry bars. Now, some of the pry bars stay in my tool bag, which is another video where I went through just what I keep on there. So you can go over and check that out if you want. I'll post a link for it. And then here are my torque wrenches right here. So I got a 3/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, and a 3/8 inch torque wrench. These are, the big one's a Proto. The other two are Precision Instruments, and I actually have a 1/4 inch on order. I ran into a few situations where I was torquing really small stuff, and even the 3/8 didn't quite have the finesse, so I got a 1/4 coming. There's my long ratchet and cheater pipe for when things get, I guess, hairy. And then I have short 3/4 inch ratchet, and then all my assorted ratchets down to a 1/4 drive. My custom bridge tool for Caterpillar 3600 engines. I made that. And then my plug wrenches. They're the extended plug wrenches, particularly on the 3600. It's real hard to get to. The plug is way in there, and there's a big plug tube that you got to go through. So those plug wrenches are a must for the type of work I do. 24 inch crescent. And then of course the Nipex. So I got the 400 millimeter and the 560 millimeter, I guess 16 inch and 22 inch. And then I have all the other sizes in my tool bag, which has which I go through in that video I mentioned earlier. And then I got rigid 14-inch pipe wrench, 24-inch pipe wrench, and then a 36. Now, when I blew up all my tools all over the garage, I realized that somewhere along the lines in the past couple months, my 24-inch grew legs. So I ordered another one, and I also got a 14-inch to go with it. But that's kind of why I like to do this every once in a while, because you find stuff you thought you didn't have or thought you lost, and then you find out that you're missing stuff that you thought you had. So went ahead and replaced those and added another. And now on to the wrenches here. Just got this set here. Been meaning to add more metric stuff to it, so I got an 8 to 22 millimeter metric set. And then I have a gear wrench ratcheting set right here. So that goes from 3/8 up to 1 inch ratcheting combination. And then I have a right standard combination and wrench set, and that goes from 3/8 up to 1 1/4 inch. And to continue on, I just got your basic Northern Tool iron ton jumbo wrench set that goes from 1 5/16 inch up to 2 inch. And then I have a standalone right 2 1/8. So I'm probably not going to go much bigger than 2 1/8. I think I'm going to get one of those OTC giant adjustable wrenches for the chance that I do run into a wrench or a nut that big where I can't put a socket on it. Now, a lot of times when I do run into nuts that big, the location has a specific wrench for it. But just in case that they don't, I'm going to get that big OTC. But I'll probably post a part number on the video just to show you which one I'm looking at. And then here are my air tools. And I remember getting a couple comments when I posted about these online saying, oh, people use air tools? They still use air tools? But again, I do. There's actually customers who don't allow us to use battery tools, even if they're brushless, because of perceived fire risks. Now, brushless tools don't really have a risk of igniting a fire, but a lot of these customers have a no tolerance policy for battery tools anyway, so we have air tools. And even a lot of times, I'll run into something that'll reject my 1/2 inch impact, my 1/2 inch high torque, and my 3/4 inch high torque. So I'll have to get out the 3/4 inch pneumatic, because that thing definitely hits. But I just added these whips onto my impacts. They have built-in high flow swivels, so it shouldn't choke the air down like your other style of swivels, like the ones I'm running on my smaller tools. But the smaller tools don't have quite the air demand as something like this 3/4 impact, so I'm not really worried about those, but definitely want the high flow on at least my 3/4, but I got it for all of them down to my 3/8 inch impact, and then my air hammer as well. And then we're moving on to the tap and die set, files, and my Irwin extractor set with reverse drill bits. This stuff actually doesn't live in the right side box. It lives in that cabinet on the right side of the truck where my charging station, all my consumables and that kind of stuff are. But it kind of fits in with just the regular tooling, so I decided to include it in here. So now we're going to move on to what goes in the left side. I got a little carried away earlier and didn't remember to mention that my air tools actually go on the left side of the toolbox. Well, and the some of the wrenches do until I can finish my door hanger storage. The wrenches in their tool rolls and my torque wrenches go onto racks I made out of PVC pipe that hang from either the door or the side of the internal cabinet. So most of the stuff in the left or in the right-hand side of the toolbox would be this stuff you see right here. And then the left-hand side will be my sockets and my air tools. All right, I realized I kind of glossed over the air tools really quickly, so I'll be a little more in depth about what I got. I got 2 Ingersoll Rand 3/8 impacts, 1 Ingersoll 1/2 inch, and then 1 Ingersoll 3/4. Long barrel air hammer. I use this for chipping grout, breaking bolts, knocking nuts loose, all different kind of stuff, but it comes in handy. I do have one of these short barrels on the way as well, because sometimes the long barrel is real hard to fit in a lot of spaces, so I needed something a little more compact. So I ordered the same style from Ingersoll, just in the short barrel version. And over here, I got an Aircat 807 3/8" ratchet, and then a cheapy Harbor Freight 1/4" ratchet that's actually been awesome for a lot of the hard to reach places, stuff where you can't get a big air ratchet in or a battery ratchet or anything like that. These two are sweet for that. And I got the Ingersoll 3/8" full-size ratchet. I got 2 angle die grinders, 1 straight die grinder. That's another thing I got on the way also, is 2 more of the Ingersoll Max die grinders in straight and angle. I know 5 die grinders seems kind of excessive, but I don't want to be wasting time switching out the end tools on them to do what I need to do. Kind of going to have all 5 set up with different tooling, so that if I need a cutoff wheel, if I need a roll lock disc or surface conditioning pad, or if I need a wire wheel or whatever, or a burr, whatever I need, I'll have that die grinder set up, ready to go. So I just got to pop one off the air chuck and pop the other one on. Got a air drill. Now, another one I got coming. This air drill's forward only. I just kind of inherited it along the way. But I got a nice Ingersoll reversible air drill going, because like I said, some customers, they don't want us using battery tools. So if I have to drill out a broken bolt or something, not having a reverse drill to use my reverse drill bits with is kind of a pain. Then I have the wash gun. We use that with different types of solvent to wash large areas, wash out crankcases, wash engine parts. The stuff I work with is really, really big, so a lot of times you're using a 5-gallon bucket or even a 55-gallon drum of solvent to clean off whatever you're cleaning. And then I got an air gun I put together, but I do want to try out one of those Flexzilla air guns. This is just something I put together with some fittings, a valve, and some tubing. So that's kind of the overview of my air tools for now, but I can't wait to show you all the ones I got coming. All right, now we're gonna go through the sockets that I keep on the truck. First up is this gear wrench 3/4" set. It's actually a really solid set, especially for the price. I think it was around under 300 bucks, which is, for a 3/4 set that's quality, is very cheap. But it's been holding up very well. I've used these on high torques even, and I've also used them with my 3/4" impact a lot. You know, committed the sin of using chromies on an impact. But they haven't cracked, they haven't suffered any damage. The extensions have been great. The ratchet that comes with it actually comes with a short handle ratchet, and that short handle is in there. I bought the long handle, it was like $48 or something like that. And so that was the long ratchet I showed earlier in the video. But what didn't come with the kit was the proto universal joint, the inch down to 3/4 adapter, and then the 3/4 up to 1. I bought those separately, but I just keep them in the box. And one thing, my one complaint about this kit is it starts at 7/8. So I ended up having to throw in a right 3/4 inch I had laying around, but it goes all the way up to 2 3/8. So pretty decent size range and pretty high quality for the price. Pretty much everything else is a Gray Pneumatic. I'm a huge fan of Gray Pneumatic. Their pricing, their durability, their warranty, everything is great on them. You see anything missing here, that's because it's actually in my tool caddy in that lower pack out box. A lot of my common sizes I keep in the tool caddy, so don't even gotta go on the truck to get them. But that's why the 5/16 and 9/16 is missing out of the 3/8 drive 12 points. And that's why on the wobbles, the half, 9/16 and 3/4 are missing out of there, because they're in my tool caddy actually. So one of these days I may go buy individuals so that I'll have these full up, and then I'll have those in the tool caddy also, just because for very common sizes it's nice to have extras. So eventually I might do that. But let's get back to it. This is the 1/2 inch drive 12-point impact fractional set. Goes from 9/16 all the way up to 1.5 inches. I use that a lot. Then there's my 3/8 deeps and 3/8 shallows fractional 12 points. 1/2 inch extended hex keys, and then the hex key set from Nieco. That goes from 1/4 drive all the way up to 1/2 drive, but goes from 3/32 to 3/4, and they're shorter. So a lot of times I don't need the length here. I'll use these, put it on a ratchet, do whatever, or put it on impact also. My 3/8 extensions. Now all my 1/2" extensions are actually over there in that toolbox that I referenced earlier. I may order a similar kit to keep in the blow mold cases of 1/2" extensions when I get around to it. But since I got so many in there already, I'm not really needing them, so I haven't bought one. This is a 1/2" deep 12-point fractionals. This is a 3/8" wobbles or universals. Like I said, the 3 missing are actually in my tool bag. And then there's 1/2" universals and wobbles. And then everything from here that way is fraction. So standard, pretty much everything I work on is standard, but I just bought this actually, and this is a 3/8 drive, metric, deeps and shallows. And then I've had this one, this 1/2" drive, shallow sockets, impact sockets. So these are my 2 metric socket sets. And then I also just got this one, and that's 1/4 drive, metric and standard, deep and shallow. This is like a 1/4" drive, somewhat of a master impact set, but pretty much got all the sizes covered with the sockets. A real big fan of the gray Pneumatic. But, you know, I always got more sockets coming. So by the time you watch this video, I'll probably have 3 or 4 more blow mold cases of different sockets, extensions. I'll have more air tools, more wrenches. The inventory just kind of keeps growing and growing, even though my truck is about as full as I can get it. So hopefully a bigger truck is in the works for me soon. But I got the 1/4" hex drive stuff for my Surge Impact that I just picked up. So I got all kinds of driver bits, a couple nut drivers, drill bits, all kind of extensions, all kind of stuff. So that's my socket loadout for now. It's probably going to grow significantly in the near future as I add more. I'm also looking to add 1" drive. So right now I'll be looking to order a 1" impact and a couple 1" drive socket sets, probably the GP 9016 and 9011. That'll take me from 2 1/8 all the way up to 4 1/2. So that'll cover pretty much everything I work on. But that's the loadout I'm currently sitting with on my truck right now. Thank you guys for watching, really appreciate it. But subscribe, and I'll be posting videos about whatever new tools I get, whatever mods I make to the truck. When I get another truck, I'll be posting about that and how I rig that up. So just stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.